Oh, this is kind of weird. Um, I haven't made a video in like a year and a half, I think. And today, while I was meditating at the secret little spot that I meditate at, literally in the middle of a city surrounded by people, uh, I I was just told to make a video. So, hello, Brandon is back. Um, I guess I don't really have a topic for the video, but it's gonna just kind of flow. So we're just gonna roll with that. That seems to be the way of it. Um, Shit's been weird, man. Shit's been just weird. That's. We'll just start with that. That might be the title of the video. Shit's been weird. So like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, my last video was right before I moved. I was living in a different little town, same city, but just like a suburb of that city. And then I moved in with family because they were basically needing to move into a different house, and needed extra people to move in so that they could like all afford to live in the house. And the little shitty place we were living in was kind of getting a little scary, little dodgy. So it just made sense, because I get along with family. I have no problem coexisting with people. So certain people. um, so yeah, we did that. And for some reason, I just thought, oh, this is great. Like, the house is amazing. It's got this creek that goes by it, and it's so peaceful and calm. And I thought I'll be able to make videos like all the time now, because this is like zen, like, forever. Almost too zen a little bit, in that I just stopped making videos. Like, there was also work stuff going on. Like, I work a normal job. Like, I'm not a spiritual. I don't make any money on spirituality. I don't make a living on spirituality. I can't like do that. Like, anything I do for people has to be free. I just can't. I can never charge for a reading or anything like that. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's bad for other people. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. But like for me, I don't know. It's like that's something that I have to do for free. So I have to make a living doing other stuff. But I can find ways to do light working while I make a living. And that, I think, has been what I've been working on for the last year and a half, is figure out how to integrate my light working and my starseed missions with working in a freaking corporate environment. Believe it or not, it is totally possible. It is just, you have to be patient as fuck, because like so much shit in the last year and a half has just been like roadblocks and roadblocks and roadblocks. I had to go through so many like interviews and everything to try to get a different position, and not that I didn't like the position I was in, but I just wanted, I don't know, I was guided. There's some of the people that are in the group that I'm in now that kind of pulled me into it, and were like, we need you here, so I just did it, and I'm in a different position now, which is like way better, and I like it, but I've liked it so much that I've had to like, I don't know, I've been like addicted to work this whole year. Like, I had so much to learn when I jumped into this new role that I just got like obsessed, completely just obsessed with work, which is okay, because I do tend to do that sometimes. But I had a backup thing where I knew that my end game was that I'm integrating my lightworking and starseed missions into this, and I knew that there was going to be a moment when I felt comfortable with the work, like I wasn't feeling like I had so much to learn. There was going to be a moment where I feel like, okay, I've actually learned how to do my job. It's like that when you get in any new job, I guess. So I was nervous for a while, and because I was so nervous, I was just working. But now, like, I'm comfortable and I'm calm, and I know how to do my job pretty well now. So it's like, okay, I got this. So I started in the last couple of months getting bored. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, not bored with work, because the work has been good. I found like a balance. I have like a way to get creativity involved in my work as well as communication. I can also like have some me time. So it's like there's a good blend. It's also like every day is completely fucking different. Like, no day is like the next day or the previous day, and it's a little bit addictive, I will say. That drama of constant change is addictive, but it's good, I think, if you flow with it and you don't let it like, cycle you in, that kind of shit. Gotta take a drink. Okay, all right. Um, So yeah, so the last couple of months, I started getting kind of bored, and I started sending out like energy to the universe of like, look, man, I know I'm here to like do light working stuff and help people, but it seems like most of the people that I've been interacting with, like over the long period of time, have been kind of pushed a little bit by some of the stuff I say, and that's cool. Like, I don't take that personal, because I know that like I'm just planting seeds, and they might not be ready for whatever their thing is, for like this life, or maybe even the next life. I don't know. It's just up to me to plant the seeds. I never regret planting any of the seeds in people's minds and saying some of the stuff, even if it does cause them to start to unravel their own lives a little bit. Sometimes you have to unravel your life in order to put it back together the right way. You know, you can't just like fix it with one little stitch. You know, it's like if the whole thing is off, you got to unravel the whole thing. It's just the way to do it. But it's messy, and often, if you were the messenger, you know, people kind of project anger at that, until they get to the point where they see growth and change and all that kind of stuff, and then you know, it's all good. But I don't care about that. Like, I don't care about like the reward part. But I was feeling like, you know, the universe isn't really sending me people that much, at least for the last like year. It's just been kind of trickle, you know. There's been a few very important people, obviously, the ones I work with, the ones that the universe positioned around me in my work environment. It's been very important for me to be around them and for them to be around me, I think, and all of us be around each other. Like, if we allow for growth and for the ability to humble yourself and accept the fact that you might not know everything, and that there might be things in your life that, when you look at the world through another's eyes, they see something completely different, you know? And when you work with people, you can get to that state sometimes, if you don't, you know, go insane and want to drive each other crazy and get petty about shit. That happens too, but whatever. So yeah, either way, point being, like in the last 6 weeks, so yeah, 6 weeks now. So 2 months ago is when I kind of started getting bored, and then so 2 weeks goes by, and then last 6 weeks, man, dreams, like, I always have a lot of dreams, and I don't write all of them down, but I do write some of them down, and then I also, I make like little notes, so like sticky notes that talk about some of these dreams, and I keep them in random places, so I don't really have them all organized. My wife has like every single dream she's ever had in her life, like, or at least for the last like, what, 7-8 years, like like journals and journals of that shit, so I don't have that kind of consistency when it comes to writing. It's something I'm working on slowly, little bit. So yeah, the last 6 weeks the dreams had increased, and I've been doing a lot of light working, not necessarily in real life, like in real time. It's been mainly astral projection. It's been dream state light working, interacting with people from my past, people from past lives, people from my future, people from, I don't even know, not even people, I guess, a lot of different light beings. I've definitely been reconnecting with the Arturians, and the Andromedans, because those are my two root, like, core essences. I think I was originally from Andromeda as a soul, and that's a whole nother fucking galaxy. If you didn't know, that's a thing. Like, I was from there, but I came here to the Milky Way galaxy, like, at some point, and that's where my Arturian, like, all of that comes from, is all of that. So it was like, it's kind of like I'm like a layer, like a parfait, you know. My root is definitely from very far away, and I can't even, that's just as far as I've tracked. There's got to be older, you know. There's got to be more ancient. Like, I don't think souls are just kind of created. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they're fractal. I don't know. But I definitely feel like I can't necessarily find the beginning of my path. Like, if I just keep looking, I will just keep finding. And that's what's been happening in the last several weeks. Not just like random dreams that are happening, but like coincidences, synchronicities, and then last 2 weeks, real people. Now it's getting to real people that are positioned around me, and all of a sudden they are having questions, and they're saying things to me that's clicking like that. Like, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that, or I didn't think about that. Like, it's brought me into this like I don't know, excitement state of spirituality and of, being a starseed and all this stuff that I kind of lost sight of for the last year and a half. Like, I talk about it. Like, part of integrating the work thing was that now I get to do these presentations for like all the new people they bring into the building, and companies like to talk about how diverse they are and how they're open-minded about things. And so I just kind of push the fuck out of that by explaining that I'm a alien that is in human form. At least that's what I believe. And so for those of you who've always wanted to meet an alien, done. You can check that off your list. And a lot of people, I think the first few months I was doing it, I was kind of more timid with it, and they thought I was kind of joking or whatever. But in the last 4 weeks, I've had numerous situations where it clicked with somebody, and they asked questions that were good, and now I've actually made like friendships and connections with people that I would have never made had I not been open about this. So I think the point of this video is like flow with things, like if you are doing something and you look back at your life and you're like, man, a year ago I was really passionate about this thing, what happened? Just ask, just freaking meditate, and ask and say, hey, higher self, guides, entourage of beings that have decided to help me, why did I lose my passion? Why did I lose my spark? Like, what can I do? And then be open. Don't frame it in a way where this is what I want. You can't do that because the universe is too big. There's too much going on. There's too many variables. What you want right now, from your perspective, might not be what's best for you in the bigger picture of your soul. And so sometimes you have to just say, hey, just bring me what I need. Bring me what my soul needs, what my growth needs. And mean it. It's not one of those fake it till you make it. You kind of have to mean it, like to truly, I don't know, like give up that control, and allow the universe to just bring you things. And then even when things are being brought to you, don't start latching on to, like, this is what I want it to be like. This is where I want to see this going. This is my, that's another control thing. I am doing that. I am working on that. Like, I am simultaneously doing it, catching myself doing it and going, hey, you're trying to control the outcome of a situation that is so not on like the norm of like experiences. Like, I'm in kind of like uncharted territory now, I think, with like the types of connections I can make with people's like guides and soul groups. Not everybody, but like there's certain people where if I can be around them, once I meet them in person, I don't think I could do it over the phone with people. I don't think I could do it for people that are complete strangers. I don't have that level of skill, and I maybe someday I will, but I seem to be able to do it if I've met somebody. I only need to meet you once. If I met somebody once, I can draw from that. Like, I can pull from that, and I can tap into like that person's guides and that person's like higher self and any past lives I've had with that person. It's like it opens up like all these little drop down files, and I can just like meander through them, and it's kind of the same idea as like when you're meandering through timeline potentials and stuff. It's like that, but it's really easy to try to control things, to try to say, yeah, all that's great, but I really want this to be like this kind of a thing, I want to have a structured, like situation or whatever. And it's like, you can't structure this shit, man. It's not possible. Yes. I've also been channeling a lot. And I've been writing like stuff down, which is like shocking because, again, a year and a half has gone by. I haven't written shit either. I haven't done videos and I haven't written shit. So I literally have books, like journals to be written in. Now, I've written dreams, but I don't like count that the same way. But I haven't written like anything either creative or anything channeled or anything like that. So in the last few days, I felt I had a few days off of work, wife's birthday, and so got some chance to kind of unwind. Everything at work's been going real smooth, so it's like, okay, I don't have to like stress about that, and I really was able to disconnect and actually just flow. And as soon as I was able to do that and let go of things, start to have just like unconditional love for like the people that I've been encountering, regardless of what they've done to me in the past, or regardless of what I've done to them in the past. The patterns that existed in the past do not need to repeat. And I think that's going to be the important thing from this message. Patterns. They're not going to repeat anymore, okay? Okay, the sun's hurt my eyes. I wanted to give you a little eye contact. Patterns are not going to be repeating. So, like, my entire skill of, like, pattern recognition and understanding patterns is great, except for the fact that relying on that and starting to think that that's going to be repetitive patterns, that's where you can make that mistake, or where I can make that mistake, where I've seen a pattern so many times that I just assume it. Hey, this is when it happens like this, then it's going to happen like this. If this, then this, every time, right? No. Every time before, but not anymore. The planet is different. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like in the last, week, we've had multiple huge earthquakes, very deep earthquakes that have triggered a whole chain of earthquakes. The Ring of Fire is like ringing like a bell, That's happening. We've got big, giant storms happening. You factor that in with just the feelings that people are feeling internally and the kinds of dreams people are having. I think we all know shit is different now. The energy is different now. And so trying to expect the same thing, or even worse, fearing the same thing, just because something bad happened in the past, doesn't mean that that same pattern is going to exist in the future. The moment that, at least for me, I accepted that holy shit, like these patterns aren't going to repeat, it got me excited because it means we're in a new pattern, which for me, I actually like that. I'm like, great, I know nothing. It's like I'm a kid in a candy store, but I've never tried any of the candy. So it's like endless potential. As soon as you erase that whole idea that like all of those patterns are going to keep repeating, it's great that you studied them and learned them, and you can extrapolate on them to help other people, because there's sometimes where I'm talking to somebody else and I see that they're going through a pattern that I once went through. So it's like, hey, I can recognize that pattern. But don't believe that you're ever in the same pattern. It's not going to be that way. And I think we keep ourselves in these patterns because we believe we're in those patterns. We truly trap ourselves more than we let other people trap us. And how we trap ourselves is we let other people trap us. That's also part of it too. We just need to chill, man. Just chill. The whole point of this, though, is to just kind of forgive yourself. Like that's what I've been doing a lot of, is looking at my past and seeing how the mistakes I've made and the times where I was coming from a place of ego and not necessarily from like a higher self place. And so when I was trying to help people, I maybe was trying to help people in a way where I could take credit for it, or I can feel, I don't know, hard to explain that part, but trying to work through all of that and forgive yourself and learn and understand that you're learning. We're all learning. We're always learning. There's no master. If anyone says they're a master and then they've stopped learning, they are not the master. There is nobody at the top, okay? We are all constantly learning. Even the ones that we see at the top, they're striving to something else. So that's going to be it for now. I will do more videos, I promise, because this is my spot. I come here every few weeks and I do like a little meditation, and might as well just do a video while I'm doing this. It would be a good way to do it. So comment if you guys want. Very few people watch these videos, and that's cool. Like I said, I'm not doing this for money or anything, but if you do want to reach out and talk to me, if you're a complete stranger, just do it. I'm totally friendly, and I'm trying to like make sure that I listen more than I talk when it comes to other people, because boy, I can talk. So all right, it's been fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.